Well, I was 5 when I realised I was going to be an artist, so it was a pretty early thing. And most kids obviously, say things like that, but it's obviously not going to be the case. But yeah, I mean, people would ask me when I was a child, and instead of being a policeman or a lawyer or a doctor or a fireman, I just said, I want to be an artist. And I knew even as a kid that's exactly what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. First, when I was young, I used to breed parrots, and I did falconry with eagles and hawks and falcons, of course. So I was very influenced by the animals around me and the wildlife, and I spent a lot of time by myself as a kid. So as I grew older, I had a fairly adventurous spirit, and I well realised that for me to be able to learn what I needed to do, I'd have to be with the contemporary masters that I felt that were going to best help my particular style. So I started travelling the world. I mean, I always loved Salvador Dali's work, some of the great realist painters, but I ended up getting to meet people like Robert Bateman and John Lester and Raymond Ching, who's probably one of the leading wildlife artists in the world. And my style obviously has branched onto a lot of other things, but I still hone back to the wildlife, and it's just a great part of my life. And it's those people, it's meeting those great contemporary masters that's enabled me to do what I do. There's been a range of styles I've gone through, as most artists do in their careers, and starting off with the basic knowledge and foundations of realism, and learning all of those foundation techniques to be able to go through. But I think it's the travels that I've done and the exposure that I've had right across the world. I've been around the planet 16 times, lived in 5 different countries. So it was actually meeting a lot of the other artists as I went along that exposed me to other styles as well. And it was about absorbing all of that information. I mean, in the television show that I do, which is pretty well going international these days, you cannot not be influenced by the huge amount of incredible talent that I get to film basically on a weekly basis. So there's a lot of things that go into it that bring me to where I am. But I think styles are about the journey, and it's an adventure to be able to put all of that information together. You'll always be changing. I mean, I can guarantee if I ever live to my 90s, that my style once again will have changed. So it's never just one thing at all.